This one I found really fascinating. So, in your opinion, when is a company ready to celebrate these cultural moments publicly? So, not just the events internally, but post on social media. This particular person says there's been some divide on this topic where some want to be very vocal externally and some are very cautious about it.
In my opinion, you can't communicate a message externally that you have not refined internally. That's like saying, I grew up in the South. And so my family would say, don't you leave this house and embarrass me. So, how can you go out as a company and represent a community if you have not solidified that discourse internally? Typically, you have to go through brand and marketing. But brand and marketing is typically focused on what is the company's objective. We need more customers. We're trying to state a position. We need employer brand right now. We're trying to make sure that we're meeting our market. Well, that's very business centric, but it loses the essence of the human element. So, what have you done of substance? Because what happens is now you're drawing attention to yourself. And when people are looking at your company for jobs, how is it that you have a pride event, but you don't have a LGBTQ ERG, or you don't have a DEI statement or commitment? It seems performative. So, I would say, why are we trying to go out publicly? Who are we communicating to? What are we trying to convey? And what is our stance? If you don't have a position, then there's nothing externally to share. So I would say, as a company, we should definitely focus on what that looks like before we go out as a unit to represent a community, because then you also get the backlash if you do it incorrectly. We have seen brands make mistakes where I've actually known people of color that said, I worked at that company, I told them not to do that, and they did it anyway. So this is the time where you really get to the heart of understanding. If your company is not anti-racist, but your Black and brown communities are saying racism is the number one threat to our existence, then how are you really supporting them?